Hi everyone. Since I'm not going to be in most of the week and it's going to be a really long week, I just wanted to go over with you by video on multiplying and dividing fractions and word problems and give you some hints so that when you do your work this week you know what you have to do. Alright, so let's look at the first one. It says a recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup of sugar. I want to triple the recipe. So triple means 3 times the amount. So you need to come up now with a problem that you can multiply that. So if 3 quarts of sugar is one recipe and I need to do it 3 times, I'm going to do 3/4 times 3. And we all know that when you have a whole number and you want to multiply, we should put it over a 1. And we just multiply straight across. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4. And this is improper, so I get 2 1/4 cups. So I need 2 1/4 cups of sugar to make this recipe 3 times. Okay, let's look at the next one. 4/5 of the students in 6th grade are involved in sports. Now we don't know how many students there are in 6th grade. We don't really care. We just know if we divide it up, 4/5 of them are in sports. Of those students, 2/3 are involved in the band. So we've got 4/5 in sports, and we got 2/3 of those students, not the whole 6th grade. Of those students, and those students are the 4/5. Okay, so they want to know of those students, 2/3 are involved in the band. How many students are involved in the band? So of the 4/5, 2/3. This key word here, of, that tells us we're going to multiply. So we're going to do 2/3 of the 4/5. Anytime you see the problem with 2/3 of the 4/5, you know you're going to multiply. So it's 2/3 times 4/5. Okay, now I cannot cross cancel anywhere, so I'm going to multiply straight across. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. So 8/15 of the students who are in sports are also in band. Okay, now, they're not asking for an amount of students. They're just saying this fraction is like a part of them. So if we divide them up, 8 of the 15 students will be in band. So remember what ratios? 8 of 15. So I would break them up into groups of 15. Of those 15, 8 would be in the band. Okay, the next one. Matt has a collection of 18 video games. Of them, 1/3 are sport games. How many sports games does Matt have? So he has 18 video games. Of those 18 games, 1/3 are sports. Here's our of again. Of means multiplication. So we need 1/3 of the 18. Okay? So whenever you see the word of, we're going to multiply. So 1/3 times 18. And we have a whole number. So we are going to make that whole number over 1. Now I can cross cancel. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So if I multiply straight across, he has 6 games that are sports. Of all his 18 games, 6 of them are sports. Okay, so in these problems, the keyword of, or if it says twice, triple, that would hint to you that you're going to multiply. Multiply. All right, let's look at the next problems. Lucy has 1/3 of a pound of candy left. She is splitting it between her and her 2 friends. How much of the original bag will Lucy and her friends have? Now, here we have to be careful because they always do that. Every word problem always that. Her and her 2 friends. So that means that Lucy is splitting it up 3 ways. Don't forget to include Lucy. All right, so what keywords here tell us? So she has 1/5 of the bag of candy left. She's splitting evenly. Keywords here. Splitting it up evenly. So she's dividing it up among her and her friends. Okay, so we need to divide that 1/5 bag that's left over into 3 separate pieces. It's very important when you're doing division that you're doing it in the right order. So I have 1/5 of the bag. I need to divide it up into 3. So we all know when we divide fractions, it actually becomes a multiplication problem. So it's 1/5. I change that, keep, change, flip. And now I'm going to flip that. So 3 over 1 becomes 1 over 3. So we're each going to get 1/15 of the bag. Lucy and her 2 friends. Splitting and evenly. Next one. A bag of dog food contains 42 cups of dog food. Your dog eats 2 1/3 cup of dog food each day. You have a very big dog. How many days does the bag of dog food last? Okay, so this problem here, each here tells you that you're going to split it up evenly for each day. So this is the amount of dog food you have. This keyword here means you need to split it up evenly. So I need to divide 42 by the 2 1/3 that my dog eats every day. Well, this has got a lot going on in this problem. So I'm going to keep my 42. I'm going to keep my division because I need to do something with that. We know when we have a mixed number, we have to turn to improper fraction. So that's 2 times 3 is 6, so that'd be 7/3. Now I do all my keep changing flip. 42 times 3/7. Now 42 is a whole number, we put it over 1. Now I can cross cancel also. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 42 divided by 7 is 6. Multiply straight across. I get 18, and I want to know how many days? Days. So I only can feed my dog 18 days with the 42 cup bag of dog food. Okay, now the last one. AJ has a board that measures 4 feet. He needs to cut it into 1/4 pieces. How many pieces will AJ have? Into. He's got one board and he needs to cut it into. That's your keyword. So imagine if you have a board and you need to find out how many 1/4 pieces you have. You are dividing up this board. So I need to divide 4 divided by 1/4 to find how many pieces. I need to keep, change, flip. Well, that 4 is over 1. I could put that 4 over 1. And when I divide straight across, I will get 16 pieces. Good. So, remember the key words. Of. Whenever you see of, you're probably, most definitely, going to multiply. Of something. Each. Split. Into. Those words will be keywords that you have to divide. Good job, guys.